What if I told you that in May 2026, the average sale price of a home in Windsor Essex County actually went up compared to last year? Not down, up, because that is exactly what the official numbers are showing right now. And if your family has been sitting on the sideline waiting for the right time to make a move, this data might change how you are thinking about things. Stay with me because the full picture is more interesting than just that one number, and understanding all of it could save you a lot of time, stress, and money, no matter where you are in the process right now. My name is Kris Ramotar, and I'm a local realtor at Remax Capital Diamond Realty right here in Lakeshore, Windsor Essex County. I've been helping families just like you buy and sell homes in this area for 9 years, and I have worked with over 160 families through some of the biggest financial, emotional, and stressful decisions of their lives. Every single week, I pull the data from the Windsor Essex County Association of Realtors, and I break it down for you in plain, simple language. No fluff, no guessing, just real numbers and real talk, so you can make a confident decision for you and your family. If this is your first time here, hit subscribe. And if you have any question at any point in this video, drop it in the comments and I will get back to you personally. Let us get into our numbers. Let us start with the numbers that honestly surprised me when I pulled the official report this month. The average sale price of a home in Windsor Essex County in May 2026 was just over $565,000, and in May 2025 that number was just over $556,000. That is an increase of about $9,000 year over year, a gain of just over 1.6%. And now I know that might not sound like a big number, but think about what that actually means for your family. In a year where things have been uncertain, where trade tensions have been real, where families have been taking their time and being very careful, the average sale price in Windsor Essex County still went up compared to this time last year. That is a meaningful signal, and I do not want you to miss it. Now, let's look at the median sale price, because I always share both numbers with you, and I think this one tells you an equally important story. The median sale price in May 2026 was just under $519,000, and in May 2025 it was $530,000. That is down about 2% year over year. So here's what these two numbers together are telling you. The average went up, driven in part by strong activity at the higher end of the market, and the median came down slightly, meaning the middle of the market is a little softer. Both things can be true at the same time, and understanding that nuance helps you make a smarter decision about where your home fits right now. Now let us talk about how many homes sold. In May 2026, we had 424 homes were sold in Windsor Essex County, and in May of last year, that number was 517 homes. That is the decrease of just under 18% year over year. That is the number I want your family to pay close attention to. Fewer homes are selling does not mean the market is in trouble. It means families right now are being very selective. They have choices, they have time, and they're only moving forward when they find something that it truly fits their life. And here is the other side of that picture. New listings in May 2026 came in at just over 1,200. That is actually down about 12% from May 2025, where there were just under 1,400 homes. So fewer homes are coming to the market and fewer are selling, but the prices on the homes that are selling went up. This is the balance playing out in real time right here in Windsor Essex County. I want to spend a minute here because there is something happening in May 2026 that I think is really important for your family to understand, no matter which side of the transaction you're on. When you see fewer listings coming to the market and the average sale price going up at the same time, that is telling you something very specific. Supply is tightening. There are fewer homes available for families to choose from compared to last May. And when supply tightens, it puts upward pressure on prices. That is exactly what you're seeing playing out right now in Windsor Essex County. If your family is thinking about selling, that is actually encouraging news. It means that if you price your home correctly and present it well, you're competing against fewer other listings that you were a year ago. That is a real advantage, and most families do not realize this. And if your family is thinking of buying, it means the window of having a very few large selection of homes to choose from may be starting to narrow slightly. You still have choices, you still have negotiating power, but if you have been waiting for the perfect moment, the data is starting to tell a different story than it was 3 or 4 months ago. Let me walk you through exactly where families in Windsor Essex County spend their money in May 2026, because this tells you everything about where the real action is right now. The busiest price range in May 2026 was between the $500,000 to just under $550,000 range with 49 sales. That is the single most active bracket in the entire market this month. And if your home is priced in that range and it shows well, you are sitting on the sweet spot of the Windsor Essex County market right now. Right beside it, it was the $450,000 to $500,000 range that had 41 homes that were sold, and the $550,000 to $600,000 range, we had 37 homes that were sold. Put these three brackets together, and the $450,000 to $600,000 range accounted for just over 127 sales in May. That is the core of the market right now, and this is where families are actively making their move. Now, let me show you what is happening on either side of that range, because it matters for your family depending on your budget. In the $400,000 to $450,000 range, there were 37 homes sold. The $380,000 to $400,000 range, we had 22 homes sold. So the number on the $500,000 market is still very active. Families are there, they're buying homes, but they're also being very selective and patient about it. At the higher end of the market, the $700,000 to $800,000 price range combined had just under 40 sales, and the $800,000 to $900,000 price range had 19 sales. There were even sales above $1 million this month, with 8 sales in the $1 million to just under $1.5 million range, and even 1 sale above the $3 million price range. What does this all tell you? It tells you that there's a healthy and active market across multiple price points. The core action is in the $450,000 to $600,000 price range, but families are transacting at every level of the market in Windsor Essex County right now. And at that very entry level on the $300,000 price range, supply remains extremely thin. Only about 30 sales combined across every bracket under $300,000. If that is your budget, your options are very limited right now, and you need to move very quickly and decisively when something becomes available. Let me pull back now and look at what 2026 has been telling us month by month, because I think the full picture is something every family in Windsor Essex County needs to see. Year to date, through May 2026, just over 2,087 homes have been sold in Windsor Essex County. At this point in 2025, that number was just over 2,235 homes. That is down about 6.6% year over year. Year to date, listings are sitting at just over 5,100 homes compared to just over 5,200 homes in 2025. Fewer homes coming into the market overall compared to last year. The average sale price year to date in 2026 is just over $556,000. A year ago at this price point, it was just under $570,000. That is down about 2.6% for the year overall. And the median sale price to date is $510,000 in 2026 compared to just under $525,000 in 2025, down about 2.8% year over year. But here's what I really want you to notice about the direction things are moving. In April 2026, the average sale price was down 1.1% from last April. In May 2026, the average sale price was actually up 1.6% from May 2025. The shift in direction matters. Prices are not falling further. They're starting to move the other way. Month by month through 2026, fewer homes have been selling, but prices have been remarkably resilient. The median year to date is holding around $510,000, and the average is holding just over $556,000. For a market that has been navigating some very real uncertainty this year, those are steady numbers that should give you and your family some real confidence. What has been creating that uncertainty? The same things we have been talking about all year. Trade situation between Canada and the United States is still unresolved. The Windsor Essex County is a border community, and your families feel that directly in the most way. The rest of Ontario does not. The situation in the Middle East had kept energy prices elevated, and the interest rates, while much lower than their 2023 peak, are still part of every conversation when a family is thinking about making a move. But through 5 full months of 2026, the market has not buckled under this pressure. It has held steady, and in May, it actually started to show real price strength on a year-over-year basis for the first time in months. The next Bank of Canada rate announcement is June 10th. That is right around the corner from when you're watching this video right now. The rate has been set at 2.25% since October 2025. That is 4 holes in a row. Most economists are watching two things very closely heading into this decision. First, inflation came in at just under 2.5% in March. The bank wants to see that number back closer to 2% before they consider cutting. Second, the Canadian economy is growing slowly, projected at just over 1% for the first year. That is soft, but is not contracting. What does that mean for your family right now? If the bank holds again on June 10th, nothing changes for you. Your pre-approvals still stay valid. Your monthly payment still stays where it's at. You continue to operate in a predictable and stable rate environment that you can plan around with confidence. If the bank cuts, even by 0.25%, that is a genuinely good news for your family. It brings mortgage rates down slightly, improve your affordability, and you could bring more families who have been sitting on the sideline back into the market. And more families entering the market is also good news if you're thinking about selling. Either way, the environment right now is one of the more predictable rate environment we have seen in several years, and predictability is something your family can make smart decision around. Let me talk to you directly if your family is thinking about selling your home in Windsor Essex County. May 2026 give us two pieces of data should make you feel more confident about listing this summer. Number one, the average sale price went up year over year for the first time in several months. Number two, new listings coming to the market dropped about 12% compared to last May. That means if you list your home this summer, you're competing against fewer homes than homes that you would normally have been a year ago. While families are still actively purchasing in your price range, that is a combination worth paying attention to. But here's what I always come back to. The condition and pricing of your home matters more than anything else. Here's what is working right now. Price it with real data from the last 60 to 90 days. Look at what actually sold in your area in homes comparable to yours in size, style, and condition. Not what sold 2 years ago, not what you hope to get. What families are actually paying right now for a home like yours? That is your number. Present your home at its absolute best. Families looking right now are selective. They have choices. A clean, well-maintained, professionally photographed home stands out from everything else they're scrolling through. Simple updates, fresh paints, decluttered spaces, and great photography makes a real and measurable difference in both your final price and your time on the market. Make sure your marketing is everywhere. Professional photography, videos, social media, email marketing to active families in the area, and full MLS exposure. Every family looking for a home like yours in Windsor Essex County right now needs to know it exists. And be prepared for real negotiations because they are longer right now than they have been in years. Family today are asking for home inspections. They are asking for financing conditions. Some families need to sell their home first before they commit to yours. That is the reality of this market. Know your bottom line ahead of time. Stay calm when the back and forth starts, and trust the process that is backed by solid data. At roughly 50 to 56 days on average to sell right now, this is not a 2-week process. Patience is part of your strategy. The families who are doing well on the selling side right now are the ones who came in prepared, priced correctly, and ready to work through a real negotiation. Now, let me talk to you directly if your family is thinking about buying a home in Windsor Essex County. The data from May 2026 has an important message for you, and I want you to hear it clearly. You still have negotiating power. You still have choices. You still have time to do this properly and with confidence. But the supply is starting to shift. Fewer homes came to the market in May as compared to last year, and the average price went up year over year for the first time in months. This tells you that the market is not going to stay exactly where it is right now. If your family has been waiting for the perfect moment, I want you to think about that honestly. There is no perfect moment in real estate. There is the right home, the right price, and your family being prepared to make the move when those two things come together. And here's what being prepared looks like right now. Get your mortgage pre-approval done before you start seriously looking for homes. Know exactly what your family can qualify for and what your monthly payments looks like at the current rates. That number is your anchor for every single decision you make from here. Know your must-haves versus nice-to-haves in the core price range of $450,000 to $600,000, where most of the action is happening right now. This is the real competition for the right homes. If you find a home that checks your most important boxes at the right price, be ready to act with confidence. Use your negotiating power wisely. You can still ask for a home inspection condition. You can still negotiate on price. You can still take your time to think things through. Just do not confuse patience with hesitation. In this market, there are two very different things. One protects your family, the other costs you opportunities. The families doing well right now on the buying side are the ones who are prepared, clear on what they want, and ready to make the move forward when the right home comes along. I want to spend a minute on this because it generally makes a bigger difference than most families realize. The agent you choose in a market like this one matters a lot. Here's what I would look for if I were in your shoes. You need to be a local Windsor Essex County realtor, not just licensed in Ontario, actually working in this specific market every single day. You need to know what sold in your area last month, what families in your price range are asking for right now, and what the data is actually telling us about where things are headed. Ask them directly how many homes they have helped families buy and sell in Windsor Essex County lately. Ask for the real numbers. How many transactions have they completed? What is your average days on the market? What is the ratio between their list price and their final sale price? The families, what is the ratio between their list price and their final sale price their family actually got? Those numbers tell you exactly how effective that agent is when it actually counts. Not just what they say in a meeting, but what the data shows. Make sure to communicate clearly and consistently. You need someone who will explain things to you in plain language, keep you informed at every single step, and genuinely available when your family has a question or a concern. You should never feel like you are chasing your agent down for an update on one of the biggest decisions of your life, and trust how you feel in that very first conversation. You're about to go through one of the biggest financial, emotional, and stressful decision your family will ever make together. You deserve to feel genuinely heard, respected, and looked after from start to finish, not sold to. The right agent brings local knowledge, real data, honest advice, and a clear strategy to every single conversation. In this market, that combination is what makes the difference between a smooth, confident experience and a stressful one. So here's where Windsor Essex County stands in May 2026. The average sale price was just over $565,000, up just over 1.6% from just over $556,000 in May 2025. The median was just over $519,000. 424 homes sold of just over 1,200 homes listed. New listings dropped about 12% from last year, and the busiest price range was between $450,000 to $600,000, where just over 127 homes were sold. Year to date, the average price is just over $456,000, and this market has been remarkably steady through a year of real uncertainty. Prices went up year over year, supply tightened, fewer homes sold, but homes that did sell went for stronger prices. This is the story worth paying attention to for you and your family right now. If you want to know what your specific home is worth right now, or even just want a straight, honest conversation about what your next move looks like for your family, reach out to me directly. Call or text me at a number below. No pressure, no pitch, just a real, honest conversation to help you and your family make the right decision at the right time. Comment the word news below and I will send you the full May 2026 Windsor Essex County Market Report directly. And if this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone you know who is thinking about making a move. It helps more families in Windsor Essex County find honest real estate information every single month, and that is exactly why I do this. I am Kris Ramotar, your local realtor in Windsor Essex County with RE/MAX. I will see you soon. You have a great day, have a great weekend, have a great week, have a great month. Bye now, see you.